Good, good morning. Happy Sunday morning. It is 8:30 a.m. on Sunday morning, and I'm here with you. I have a busy day. I have family. Everybody's coming to my house today, so fun times and a busy day. But I still love hanging out with you in the morning, so I committed and I'm doing this. So, if you don't know me, I'm Karen Yankovich, and I am going live throughout the month of December, giving you some tips to update your LinkedIn profile so you are ready to rock and roll come January with some new business. I do think you can still get new business in December, by the way. I'm not saying put a pause on the business at all, but let's just take this at the energy of wrapping up the year with the energy of kind of putting the icing on the cake of our personal brand, of our digital brand, and tightening up our LinkedIn profile a little bit. So we're live today on my Facebook page, my free Facebook group. If you are not in this group, you should totally join us. And that's linkedinforwomencommunity.com. Get you in that group. We're live on LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter. So I'm just pushing this out to all the places because I do think that everybody can take some tiny tips every day that can move you closer and closer towards your goal. Sherry, good to see you. You're absolutely welcome. I had a chance to chat with Sherry yesterday. So today's LinkedIn profile tip, we're going to be talking about skills and endorsements. And it's that section where people are like, they endorse you for things that you don't do by people you don't know, endorse you for things you don't do, right? Well, LinkedIn's gotten better at that. Good morning, Nikki. Nikki and Sherry, you guys are like my regulars. I love you guys. So the skills and endorsement section, these are things that it used to be, we were endorsed for things we barely do anymore by people we hardly know, right? So it's like, what the heck is the purpose of these things? But there's a huge purpose. It's actually, skills and endorsements is actually one of my favorite sections on, about like, who has a favorite section on LinkedIn, right? I have a favorite section on LinkedIn. And this might be it. If I have one, this might be it. So I'm going to just share my screen with you and hang on, show you what I'm talking about. So if you open up your profile, and I just went to me and view profile and then open up my profile and scroll down to the skills and endorsements section. The first thing here that I want you to think about is keywords. What are people searching for on LinkedIn that you want to show up when they search for it, right? And every single one of those words, and Nikki knows because we do work with keywords. When we first get started working with you on your profile, what are the keywords so that when people are searching for them, you show up? So LinkedIn knows if somebody's looking for LinkedIn optimization, 99 plus people have endorsed me for that, right? So they know to send people to my profile when people are searching for these things, right? So the first and foremost, you want to think about keywords. So I'm just going to show you. So these are all the skills and endorsements that I've got listed. And I'm going to show you a little bit about the top 3 versus all of them, right? But you can take some out and you can look at some of these are like things that I don't even do anymore. I might have taken them out at this point, but I left them in for a while, like telecommunications. I spent most of my life in telecommunications, marketing and consulting and strategy. I don't sales, right? I don't do that anymore. So I could take it out, but there's people that know me from those days. And if they're like, I wonder if that's the Karen I knew, blah, blah, blah. So I leave it in, right? And because I don't really care if they endorse me for that, but like, it's great when you get endorsed a ton of times for the things you really want to be found for: strategy, marketing strategy, right? Voice over IP. I don't really need to be found for that anymore, but I leave them in here. So you can, to edit your skills, you would click this little pencil and you edit, you have all these skills you could add. Okay. And if you notice, you can rearrange them. Like I can pull them up and pull them down and I can rearrange them, right? But you can't rearrange them up to the top. You have to choose the top 3. Do you see these little green push pins, right? So right now you can choose 3, and you absolutely should choose 3 because we're going to talk about how to use this section in a minute. So if you want to be endorsed for the things you want to be found for, then make sure that you're top 3, right? Because you can only pick 3, I have to undo one. So I'm going to undo keynote speaker. So now you see I only have 2. And then I'm going to come back down here, look for keynote speaker again. Where is it? And I'm going to click it, and that makes it green, and it pops it back up here. And I'm going to save it. Okay, so let's talk about lots of people search via keywords. Yes, 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 Nikki, yes. So let's talk a little bit about how to use this section, because I told you, I said it was my favorite section. Well, it's one of my favorite sections because of, because you can just drive keyword traffic to it. But how do you do that, right? How do you get endorsed for these things? Well, one of the ways to do that is endorse other people. And to me, endorsing other people. So this is like taking LinkedIn profile tips and giving you a little bit of strategy as well, right? Let me just get rid of the screen share and just chat with you here. So, for me, all the best LinkedIn strategy comes down to relationships. Who are the people that can change your business, your life, and your bank account, right? And are you building relationships with them? Well, one of the ways you can do that, and we've all gotten pitched a million times by people we don't know, right? Like, buy my 401k plan, buy my insurance, LinkedIn, you need my LinkedIn services, right? We get spammed with this stuff all the time. So we don't want to be those people, right? If there's the people that you want to meet that can change your business, your life, and your bank account, what if you just provided value to them instead of pitching them? What if you endorsed them for the things and remember, you're more likely to get endorsed for your top 3 things, right? So if you see that their top 3 things are like, so it's going to default to the most endorsements you have, right? So if you see that like they have more endorsements for things that are not their top 3 things, then they've rearranged theirs. Endorse them. They've done that so that they get more endorsements for that. Be the person that endorses them. It's just like lifting each other up, right? Like I say this on my podcast every week, a rising tide lifts all boats. Well, this rising tide, you can be lifting up the people that you want to build relationships with by doing these things, right? Now, here's the deal. This might be a little controversial, but to me, it's just I like refer to giving out endorsements like sprinkling fairy dust on people's profiles, right? So to me, if you ask me for a recommendation, I damn well need to know what you do before I do that. And I have experienced it, right? It could be something simple, right? Like I could be using your pen, or you could give me your free PDF, right? Give me something that you want me to write a recommendation about, and I will do it. If I feel that you're worthy of it, right? But I don't really have that same feeling for endorsements. And I know that that's a little controversial. Some people feel like you shouldn't do that. But at the end of the day, if this is part of your marketing strategy, that you want to be known for these things, I'm happy to support that with some endorsements and giving you endorsements. It is a little controversial, and it's interesting because recently somebody reached out to me for a recommendation, like for a like they were hiring somebody, and they're like, okay, well, you wrote them a recommendation. I was like, I didn't even know who they were. It's like, I did. What did I say? And at first I was a little weirded out, like, wait, are these people giving my name out? But what happened was I had endorsed them on LinkedIn. And then somebody that was looking to hire them reached out to me to say you endorse them. So there is, again, it's a little controversial. But by all means, if you've got any experience whatsoever, like for example, here's how easy this can be, right? If you're getting value out of these tips, then you can endorse me for LinkedIn marketing because you're getting value out of these tips, even if we've never worked together, right? So try to make it true if you can. But again, be generous with sprinkling endorsement fairy dust all over the internet, because it just puts out great karma. And that comes back to you, because what happens is often people come back and endorse you for things. And that's starting to build up your keyword cred, right? Because you've got these endorsements over and over and over for these same things. So I hope that makes sense. We have a lot more strategy for you. We have, Nikki says, hold on, I love that. Karen, sprinkling fairy dust does help. It helps the people, especially if they've helped you. It's kind of your way of thanking. Exactly. It's exactly right, Nikki. And it is. Isn't that a great place to build all of your marketing from, right? From that place of generosity, from that place of service, from that place of lifting each other up. So to me, that makes everything feel good. And that's how, gosh, can you guys feel it? Like sometimes I just, when I talk about this stuff, especially when people like Nikki, who are in my program, jump in and talk about too, like I get filled with gratitude, and that's the place I want to build my business from, right? Isn't that better than like strategy? And Sherry, this is coming to you a little bit, okay? Because we talked yesterday. The strategy is important. Do this stuff, but the energy behind it, the energy behind service and support, that's where the magic happens. Okay, so use that fairy dust liberally on your LinkedIn network. If you want to hear a little bit more about what we do here and our She's Linked Up family, you can get a little bit of sense of what I do at KarenYankovich.com/masterclass. That's our free masterclass. It's on demand. You can watch it anytime. If it's a Sunday and you have free time, you're wrapping Christmas presents, you've had enough of the Hallmark Channel and you want something different, check out our masterclass today. KarenYankovich.com/masterclass gives you a sense of the kind of strategies we teach in our program. And at the end of it, we're not selling you anything. At the end of it, if you want to know more about it, you'll get an opportunity to book a call. All right. That's it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back here tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.